Today, we gather here to call a spade and to tell Oburu Odinga, shame on you.
Yes.
Young men and women of Kenya, there is an old saying about the axe that convinced the trees that it was one of them because its handle was wooden. That is exactly what we are seeing today. A man who is neither Gen Z, nor a youth, nor anywhere near the youthful age group suddenly wants to wrap himself in the language of youth leadership. Let us be clear, Oburu is not a Gen Z. He is not a youth, and he is certainly not a youth leader. The youth of this country must be warned. These rhetorics and little jokes of calling oneself Gen Z may sound harmless. They may even look funny, but it is all fun and games until the reality hits. Until the same person begins to consume what rightfully belongs to the youth. A few young people are given peanuts to clap and cheer, and before you know it, the so-called youth leader is dining on the very opportunities meant for young people. We remember when he claimed the title of youth leader before, taking up the position of Iyala youth representative, a role meant for someone young, energetic, and in touch with the real struggles of the youth. Today, he jokes about being our fellow Gen Z, and suddenly we wake up and find him occupying positions that should nurture and elevate young leaders within his party, pushing aside youthful voices like Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, and even Winnie Odinga, and leaving them in the cold. A little slumber, a little sleep, and we shall wake up to the news that Oburu Odinga is the new Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports. Such characters do not stop misbehaving. Unless a penis dies young, it must one day, of course, disgrace the owner. And what is representation, honestly speaking? Can anyone simply represent another? We agree that certain groups deserve authentic representation, people who understand their lived realities. So how then do we allow someone of Oburu's age to claim that he represents the youth of the AI generation and Internet of Things? He was a youth 70 years ago, long before independence. He cannot pretend to understand the pressures, unemployment crisis, digital economy, and social realities facing today's young Kenyans. People with disabilities often get represented by one of their own, and so do women. Oburu must represent his age mates, for we have no shortage of capable, and intelligent young people ready to lead. He is tired, out of touch, and clueless on matters affecting the youth of today. When the music changes, so does the dance, and looking for someone to support, one who is much closer to the youth. Some of us have chosen the NEDP party, a progressive party led by Mike Mbuvi Sonkorek, a party leader who looks like a youth, is closer to the youth. A party leader who looks like a youth is closer to the youth age-wise, a friend of the youth who shaves his head like the youth, dresses like the youth, and talks just like us. To our young people, choose your friends wisely. If they stand behind you, protect them. If they stand beside you, respect them. If they stand against you, show them no mercy. Oburu is not a youth. He does not look like a youth. He is but an imposter who should be arrested before Easter. William Sino, also known as AWO, also known as AWO. The second by elections. To the voters of Isiolo, Efufore Ward, Muminji and West Kabras, the time has come again. The moment when you stand alone with your conscience and decide the direction of your lives. If this was not important, we will not be sending this message all the way from Nairobi. We will not be gathered in spirit with you today, but it is important and serious. Your future is on the ballot. Speaking of the by-elections. By now, you have seen them. Convoys of branded vehicles roaring through your roads, dust rising behind them like a storm. To some, it feels like Christmas has come early. The vehicles come with goodies, handshakes, smiles, and promises. Looking closely at the decorations on those cars, you will see the faces of party leaders. From President William Ruto to Rigathi Gachagua to Mike Sonko and even others. They have not come for sightseeing. They have come for power. Wanataka power and not ujipower.
Yes.
And if they are serious, then you must be even more serious because your lives are at stake. These party leaders seek power through the local leaders you are about to elect. So before you cast that vote, pause. Ask yourself one simple question. Which among these leaders deserves more power? And the good thing is this. They have all been in power before, and you have seen how they behave when they hold power. Look at President William Ruto. With the 2024 finance bill, he pushed the cost of basic commodities higher to make your lives unbearable, sparking protests across the country. Young men and women poured into the streets. Many Gen Zs lost their lives. Quarries became their graves. Emotions ran high. Ruto called them criminals. Ruto congratulated the police for the job well done. Whether you supported him or opposed him, you saw how power was exercised. If you elect Ruto's candidate, you give Ruto more power. Consider Rigathi Gachagua and his camp. When in office, his words often stirred division, reminding your communities of their place in his shareholder government, that you deserved fewer medicine in your hospitals, that you did not deserve roads, that you should remain poor with no clean water and no maternity wards for your mothers, sisters, and wives. You heard him yourselves. If you vote for his candidate, you return power to Gachagua. Then there is Mike Sonko. Love him or dislike him, many witnessed his acts of generosity with the little power he once had, bailing out mothers from hospitals, helping families with funeral expenses, sending relief food to drought-stricken areas. Even out of office, he continues with charity. Elect his candidate and you give Sonkore power. Lastly, do not be confused by polished speeches and marching outfits. Once in office, leaders start behaving like their party leaders. You are not just voting for a person, you are voting for the power behind them. Choose wisely, because a wise person does not urinate against the wind. William Sino, also known as AWO, also known as AWO, Embakasi East.
Yes.